Hi, I'm Keanu Reeves. Puppies. Everybody get along. Say hi, communicate. All right, we're good.
Keanu Reeves is often celebrated as the nicest man in Hollywood and has won over countless fans not just with his acting talents, but with his genuine kindness and humility. Despite his superstar status and worth of $380 million, Keanu remains down to earth, frequently going out of his way to show generosity and empathy. In a video posted in 2015, Keanu was seen giving up his seat to a passenger on a New York subway who was seen carrying a heavy bag. Reeves then stood up to give up his seat, standing the rest of the way. Here's what Joe Rogan had to say about him.
He hit that Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise level of fame and then just became this super chill, mellow guy that can just like go through crowds. That guy sits on the subway by himself.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, but there's no obvious outward displays of wealth from him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's insanely wealthy.
Yeah.
But when you see him, he's dressed like me.
Yeah.
He's got like a regular watch on and sneakers. He's normal as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Keanu was also spotted in the Los Angeles suburb visiting a medical center. He parked his classic 1973 Norton Commando 750 motorcycle curbside. Unfortunately, a driver attempting to park on Roxbury Drive backed her Mercedes SUV into the motorcycle. With the incident clearly drawing attention from onlookers, the Beverly Hills police were then called to the scene. According to onlookers, Keanu's motorcycle was parked legally too. When the police arrived, they got details of the incident from the woman who was taking shelter in her SUV. Before long, Keanu was seen making his way down the sidewalk back to his bike, where he is greeted by officers who deliver the bad news. After Keanu got the information, he was seen walking around the black SUV to talk to the driver. He even managed to raise a smile and consoles the woman, who is clearly mortified. After a few final words from one of the officers, Keanu then hops on his bike and then went away. Also in 2019, fans started to notice that whenever Reeves was photographed posing with women, whether fans or co-stars, he respectfully kept his distance and did not directly touch their backs to pose with them. He instead hovered his hands behind them, not interfering with their personal space. Just a thought, perhaps Keanu recognized that not one of these women gave him their consent to touch him, and I don't know. He respected their bodily autonomy. Keanu showing everyone how to be respectful might be a potential takeaway as well. This is just a thought though. In a tweet posted by Andrew Kimmel on July 4th, 2022, Reeves was at baggage claim at the airport in New York after a flight from London, when a young boy approached him for an autograph. Instead of simply signing it, Keanu happily answered a series of rapid-fire questions the boy asked him. Like, why were you in London? Reeves replied he was filming a documentary. I saw online you were at the Grand Prix. Do you drive? Reeves said he doesn't drive F1 cars, but likes riding motorcycles. Keanu has always been a huge fan of motorcycles since he was 10. Keanu says motorcycles been a part of his life.
Grew up in Toronto. Every summer, motorcycle gangs would come into a place called Yorkville. Those bikes, those people, those pirates, I think touched that 10-year-old kid in a way. I learned how to ride a motorcycle when I was doing a film in Munich. This young woman had an Enduro, and I asked her if she'd teach me how to ride it. And when I came back to Los Angeles, this is probably around 86, 87, I got my first motorcycle.
Keanu says, I love everything about motorcycles. I love how riding clears your mind and the feeling of freedom it gives you. I'm probably happiest when I'm out on the road going as fast as possible. I can't explain to you how beautiful it feels to be able to ride through the canyons or be able to take the Pacific Coast Freeway and feel the ocean breeze. I love the feeling. Keanu Reeves is also the co-founder of Arch Motorcycle, a company that specializes in high-performance custom motorcycles. Despite Keanu's incredible success and passion for motorcycles, his journey began under much more challenging circumstances. Keanu was born to Patricia Taylor, an English costume designer and performer, and Samuel Nolan Reeves Jr., an American geologist of Hawaiian, Chinese, English, and Portuguese descent. His parents divorced when he was just 3 years old, leading his mother to relocate the family to Sydney, Australia, and later to New York City. In 1971, they settled in Toronto, Canada, where Reeves spent most of his childhood with his sister Kim. Keanu and his half-sister often had to adjust to new stepfathers, as his mother went through multiple marriages and divorces. Without a consistent father figure, Keanu was forced to grow up quickly, often feeling like he had to shoulder more responsibility. Growing up, Reeves faced challenges, including dyslexia, which made academics difficult for him. He attended 4 different high schools, including a school focused on the arts, but ultimately left school to pursue his acting career. Despite his struggles with formal education, he excelled in sports, particularly ice hockey, and earned the nickname The Wall for his skills as a goalkeeper. Keanu began his acting career at a young age, performing in theater productions. His first professional appearance on television was in the Canadian series Hangin' in 1984. Early in his career, his manager suggested that his name, Keanu, was too ethnic and might hold him back in Hollywood. He briefly considered using the name Keanu Reeves. However, he ultimately decided to keep his real name. Reeves achieved breakthrough success with the 1989 comedy Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where he played Ted Logan.
Excuse me, when did the Mongols rule China?
I don't know, I just work here.
This role established him as a leading actor in Hollywood and led to a sequel, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. He continued to build his career with films such as Point Break and Speed, which solidified his status as an action star. Despite his early successes, Reeves faced several setbacks in his career during the late 1990s with a string of films that did not perform well at the box office. However, he made a significant comeback with The Matrix, where he played the role of Neo. This film not only revitalized his career, but also became a cultural phenomenon, leading to multiple sequels and establishing him as a major Hollywood star. For the first Matrix movie, Keanu Reeves was paid a $10 million upfront salary. When combined with his back-end royalty points, he ultimately earned around $35 million. When it came time to negotiate his back-end profit-sharing deal for the second and third Matrix films, Keanu was in a position to be offered a lucrative cut of back-end profits. However, he reportedly gave away a substantial portion of his salary, estimated at around $75 million from the sequels, to the film's special effects and costume design teams. Reeves felt that the men and women who created the effects and costumes for the franchise were the true heroes of the movie, which led to the second and third Matrix movies earning more than $1.2 billion at the worldwide box office. He also gave the entire stunt team on the Matrix sequels custom-made Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Keanu Reeves earned a substantial amount of money from the Matrix franchise, with estimates indicating that he made over $230 million throughout his involvement in the Matrix franchise. He was also casted to play the role of the famous John Wick, where he was the main character of the franchise. The series made over $1 billion from the box office. Even as Keanu's career reached new heights, his personal life was shadowed by deep sorrow, with the loss of his child, girlfriend, and best friend. He endured unimaginable pain losing his stillborn wife. Reeves and Jennifer Syme began their relationship in 1998 and quickly became deeply connected. They were excited to announce that they were expecting their first child, a daughter they named Ava Archer Syme Reeves. Tragically, Ava was stillborn on December 24, 1999, after 8 months of pregnancy. This devastating loss affected Keanu and his girlfriend. The experience was compounded by Syme's struggle with postnatal depression, which strained their relationship. Despite their love for each other, they found it challenging to cope with the overwhelming sorrow, ultimately leading to their breakup a few weeks after Ava's death. In 2001, after some time apart, Reeves and Syme briefly reunited. However, their rekindled relationship was short-lived. On April 1st, 2001, Syme attended a party hosted by Marilyn Manson. After the party, she drove her Jeep while intoxicated and crashed into parked cars, resulting in her death at the age of 28. Reeves was devastated by her sudden passing, reportedly finding it very, very difficult to cope with the loss. Keanu also lost his best friend. The two met in the early 1990s while filming River's Edge, 1986, and quickly formed a deep bond. Tragically, on October 31st, 1993, River Phoenix died from a drug overdose outside the Viper Room, a nightclub in West Hollywood. Despite these heartaches, Keanu has remained a resilient and compassionate figure.